it will pick up. Into the centre circle for Fred. Sprays out to the right-hand side, looking to find the feet of Diogo Dalot, but he wasn't there on occasion. Leicester City have scored. This means that Everton are possibly going down the first time since the 1950s. But stay tuned to that result, and I guess the remaining ones on Flash Score. Now it's in Fulham's half, that right-hand side. United are pressing. Now it's rolled back into the central area for Adebayo to get it clear. But his pass is misplaced in the centre. It's Casemiro who picks up out to the right-hand side. Garnacho rolling it square. Nice interplay from Marcus Rashford. And it was Bruno Fernandes who looked to feed the pass inside the penalty area. But Rashford did bundle over Kenny Tete on that right-hand side. And it will be a set piece. So as it stands, Leicester City are staying up. Should this 1-0 scoreline remain the same? Everton at the moment are taking on Bournemouth at home. Of course, the score still 1-0 here with Kenny Tete with that fantastic header inside 20 minutes to give the away side the lead. It's up to him to defend for his life now. It's in the box and it'll be a set piece for Fulham through Leno. Looks across halfway. It's Mitrovic back to goal. Now it's inside of Fulham's half in the centre circle now. It is Casemiro. Looks central for Fernandes. It's further central for Garnacho. Space out the left-hand side. It is Sancho. In fact, it is Fred, actually. It is Garnacho. Looks a lot up from range, although it's right into the palms of Bernd Leno. He's been quite good today, Leno. He's made some very integral saves. To the left of the penalty box with Issa Diop. It's cleared out by Anthony Robinson off the feet of Jadon Sancho in the midway point of Fulham's penalty box. It's across halfway now. United head back into their own half. It's into the feet of Lindelof. Looks left for Malacia. It's Lindelof again in the midway point of United's half. They cross halfway through Garnacho now. Looking to drive forward in a central area. Although tracking back was João Panini on that right-hand channel now. Right-hand touchline it is. As Fulham misplaced their pass into the centre through Lindelof. Now it's through the feet of Bruno Fernandes. Approaching the edge of the penalty area. It's a darting run. On that occasion, it's Jadon Sancho who pokes it home. Inside the penalty area. Out to the bottom right corner. Who gets the final touch. It was rolled across goal. But an excellent finish from Jadon Sancho, who's really earned his place in this side in recent weeks. His 6th Premier League goal of the season. And United draw level here at Old Trafford. So we'll recap that. It was Fernandes who got the pass across into the area. It was a darting run from, I think it was Fred, who was just running forward with such pace. And then it just ricocheted to find Sancho, who slowed it home into the bottom right corner. And so as things currently stand, this does put United back into 3rd place. As we approach the 40th minute now, as United give away a foul inside the centre circle. Now it's out to just left-hand side. It's Kearney. It's rolled back into the feet of Diop in the midway point of Fulham's half. United are beginning to press immensely. Now it's back into the penalty box for Bernd Leno on that right-hand edge of the penalty box. Looks to go high and almost gets it across halfway. Now it's with Panina. Diop plays it into the centre circle for Kearney. Now it's Anthony Robinson on this left-hand side driving forward. He's got options in the middle there, but decides to still go on his left-hand side, and it should cross into the area. It's headed back by Malacia into the hands of David De Gea. He will take his time to get this clear. And rolls it into the feet of Harry Maguire. United stand-in captain today. Leno out to the left-hand side of the penalty box for United. Fulham aren't pressing with much intensity. It's short for Sancho in the central area in the defensive half of Manchester United. Rolls it square for Casemiro. United in transition now. It is Fred who rolls short for Marcus Rashford inside the penalty area. Now is Diogo Dalot approaching the byline, however. It's Sancho on the perimeter. The strike does come off from Casemiro, deflected by Fulham. Still on the perimeter for Manchester United. Now it's with Bruno Fernandes. Looks to poke it through, but it's into the hands of Bernd Leno. Rolls it left for Issa Diop. Now it's into the penalty area of Fulham for Leno. Now it's picked up by United inside their offensive half. It is flicked across by Rashford into the feet. Initially it was of Bruno Fernandes, but it's lashed clear by Fulham into United's half out to the right-hand side. Now instead of the left edge of the penalty box for United for David De Gea, rolls it just out to Harry Maguire, goes left now with Lindelof. It's back to Maguire. Rolls across halfway into central areas. Fernandes goes further right to find Sancho approaching the right edge of the penalty box. On his right-hand touchline. Looking to poke it through for Dalot, who's shouldering the challenge and earns inside the corner on this near side. It's in towards the central area. It's headed across over the bar by Harry Maguire. And it'll be a Fulham goal kick. Of course, we can see Marcel Sabitzer in attendance today as well, on loan from Bayern Munich. This is rolled back into Manchester United's half by Leno, but it's picked up by the Red Devils. Diop inside the centre circle, looks left, it does find Willian. But United pick it up in their own half. A looping ball over the top from Fernandes, looking to find Rashford, who gets in behind. On his left-hand side now, centrally for Rashford, cutting inside the penalty area, he's brought down. No free kick or penalty awarded. Down to the left-hand side with Garnacho, cutting onto his right. Rolls it back, now into the feet. And the strike comes away from Diogo Dalot on the edge of the penalty area in a central area. But it was kept effectively by Bernd Leno. Fernandes left it for Diogo Dalot, who just struck away but couldn't exactly sting the palms on the occasion. It's 2 minutes of added time in this first half. As I think there's a call for a handball, and those has been answered, but approximately 15 yards inside of Fulham's half, and it will be a free kick in the centre of the park for Manchester United. A bit right from centre, a tiny bit. As Fernandez looks into a central area, it's headed back out to the right-hand side of the penalty box. It's through Jadon Sancho. Rolls it square to Dalot. It goes further back to Fernandez. Now it's Sancho on his right-hand touchline, in line with the right edge of the penalty box. Dalot driving, looking right, but it's headed back, played back by United, and Fulham will see it out for a goal kick. Leno now with the set piece, or the goal kick. As this will surely be the last act of the first half. But Leno launches it forward into United's half in a central area. It's headed across, looking for Harry Wilson. And that will be the final act of this first half here at Old Trafford. Opening goal arriving from Kenny Tete. Kenny Tete was cut out by Jadon Sancho's equaliser. And that Ball top from Casemiro out to the right hand side. It's picked up by Fulham through a header. And they looked across it halfway now. They do so, but it's picked up by United inside their half. Once again, of United's half. Out to the left hand side is Robinson. And Robinson receives him ball on this left hand channel again. Looking to get the cross away to the centre. A cross goal, no one's there. But down to the right hand side with Harry Wilson. Out to the right edge of the penalty box. Cross comes in towards the back post. It's Mitrovic looking to get the header away. United do well to defend. And they look to swing through in transition. Now it's in the midway point of the centre for Manchester United as they go back into Fulham's half. They quite can't get the touches they need away. And it's out to this left-hand side in the midway point of Fulham's half. Diop rolling it across into the feet of Leno, who gets that clear into the centre. It's headed by Maguire. Out to the right-hand side is Sancho now. But as Malacio seems to be all good and all okay, Pedro Porro makes it 2-0. Leeds United look to be certainly getting relegated. It's a yellow card only. Now it's in the centre circle. For Fulham, driving the ball forward on the central area. It's out to the right-hand side. It's with Harry Wilson. Right into the penalty box towards the back post. It's headed back by Maguire. In fact, hits the referee, but Rashford sprays out to the right-hand side in transition. Out to the right-hand side of United attacking half. It's Sancho with some wonderful trickery to beat past Robinson, but it's won back by Fulham in the centre of their defence. Now it's out to the left-hand side. It's Kearney on that left-hand touchline, cutting onto his right foot. Willian back into Fulham's half on his left-hand side, and they go further back to find Diop. Into the centre circle now, to the right-hand side they look to go, but it's into Fulham's half again from United. Out to the left-hand side, it's Garnacho, the midway point of Fulham's half. He's been brought to ground by Lukic, and he gets the free kick, does the Argentine. Alejandro Garnacho. Into the centre circle now in United's half is Maguire. Looks right, and receiving is Dallo. Gets across towards the back post. No one's there except for Garnacho, and I think he might have got the final touch. And that will be out for a Fulham throw. In fact, the last touch to come off, Kenny Tete on that left-hand side. United will have the throw-in right next to the byline. It's Tyrell Malacia. Throws it in short to Garnacho. He's forced to go back. Now it's Malacia receiving on that left-hand touchline. Short towards Rashford. On the right edge of the penalty box is Lindelof rolling it square. It's Fred looking to bomb up for perhaps Bruno Fernandes, but it's cleared away by Fulham out to that left-hand side and across halfway into United's half. Just inside of their half, Manchester United will look to throw it in through Diogo Dallo. And he throws it back to Lindelof now. He turns away and plays it into the feet of David De Gea. At the club since 2011, arriving from Valencia. Now it's Casemiro in the centre of the park, crossing halfway. Fred finds a beautiful pass to find Bruno Fernandes is onside and finishes with a plum into the bottom left corner. It was an exquisite ball, and the Portuguese midfielder strikes cleanly. One of United's standout players, not just this season, but for the past couple of years. Fernandes gets his 8th goal of the Premier League season, his 16th goal contribution, and it's a well-deserved breakthrough for Manchester United in this second half. A beautiful, exquisite through ball from Fred. Found Bruno Fernandes in behind, and he got the strike away. And United lead 2-1 against Fulham, which has really shored up their place in third as things currently stand. In the Premier League, Aston Villa up 2-1 against Brighton. Everton still 0-0 to Bournemouth. Leeds United trail Tottenham 2-0, just about sealing their relegation. Brentford 0-0 against Manchester. In the Premier League, Aston Villa up 2-1 against Brighton. Everton still 0-0 to Bournemouth. Leeds United trail Tottenham 2-0, just about sealing their relegation. Brentford 0-0 against Manchester City. And Chelsea 1-1 against Newcastle. Leicester now making a staunch run is Kenny Tete, who rolls it square. It's poked through to Wilson. Now it's Mitrovic back to goal. In fact, it was a cross-come shot. Now it's out to the right-hand side with Tete looking to get the cross inboard, but it's Garnacho who got the interception out for a corner on this right-hand side they'll take. Players being marshalled forward. And Bruno Fernandes this season has been at his best yet again, following last campaign, and in which this actually is his lowest goal tally in the Premier League, with 8 goals. Last year he got 10, the season before 18. Of course, right from Sporting Lisbon in that January transfer window of 2020. It's headed across by Fulham out of play for a goal kick from the corner. It was Mitrovic, the intended target yet again. Fulham already have a goal from right corner this season. And how about the change in reception for Fred? Cast aside by many Manchester United fans, and he is now earning a reputation and earning his stripes. In the centre of the park now is Casemiro rolling out to the right-hand side. United look to progress forward through the middle. It's Dallo. Out to the right-hand side is Jadon Sancho, but it's picked off by Robinson so exquisitely well. On this left-hand channel, Fulham still inside their half. It's Kenny who crosses a halfway down this left-hand channel. Fulham in transition now. It's with Robinson yet again, who goes further left, looking to find Kearney yet again, but it's United who leave it out for a goal kick. Tom Kearney, the Fulham captain for today, has come off the bench for much of this season. Of course, formerly of the Blackburn Rovers, has made 2 appearances for Scotland at senior international level. Cross the ball to the left-hand side from United. It's Fred looking to play down the line to Garnacho, but no one's there. It's rolled back into the central area in the penalty box for Leno. Out to the left-hand side now, it's a Diop. And I've just been informed that Everton have scored against Bournemouth, which could prove to be immense. Through Doucouré, it's Gabriel Jesus who's also scored. We see some Australian cricketers in attendance, getting prepared for the Ashes. Mitchell Marsh, Nathan Lyon, Alex Carey in attendance. I think there are some more as well. Yeah, there are certainly more Australian cricketers in attendance. I can't say that's something that we expected at Old Trafford, but nonetheless, of course, the Aussies preparing for the Ashes in this summer period. Now it's with Fred on the edge of the penalty area. Of course, you can probably hear by my accent, I am Australian, calling this game for you. Live and free on Flash Score. Let's play out to the left-hand side by United and into the central area. Now it's with Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the penalty area with a strike away, but it's into the palms of Bernd Leno. Todd Murphy, the Australian spinner, is also in attendance as the camera panned towards them briefly. It's into the centre of the park. Fulham are beginning to implode as it's deflected away for another corner. Out to the far side, United will take. And yes, it is Everton who have managed to get the go-ahead goal against Bournemouth through Doucouré. It's a wonderful strike indeed. And currently, they are set to stay up. It's up to Bournemouth to equalise. Otherwise, it is the Chocolates. Unless Leicester score 7 goals, which is unlikely. It's Bruno Fernandes on that far side, looking to get the cross in. It is Dallo, gets the cross away, it's into Roberto Bayo, and it's out for a corner. He goes in short to Garnacho on this left-hand side, looking to curl it, but it's picked off by Fulham. Now it's Malacia. To the left-hand side is Garnacho. Goes further left to Fernandez, who goes looking to get the cross inside. It's headed back by Fulham, just outside the penalty area as they get it into United's half now. On this right-hand side, in the midway point of their half now. It's into the centre of the park. It's with Fred, who goes left yet again. Into the centre circle now is Casemiro. Now it's with Fred. Out to the right-hand side he goes. It is Dallo back to Fred inside the centre of the park. Has one assist today. Looking for a second. Out to the right-hand side they go, but into the penalty area it was, and it's out for a throw-in. Goal kick, should I say. United looking to prepare some subs. Christian Eriksen and Scott McTominay look to be coming on in just a few moments as the ball is out in Fulham's attacking half now. Driving on down his right hand side, it's Kenny Tete looking to get the touch away perhaps. And they look to go down right to the corner flag, but it's played back into the area, the perimeter of the penalty area for Fulham as they get the foul about 25 yards out from goal. And Wout Faes has also scored for Leicester City against West Ham United, which doesn't really do much for their survival hopes. Harrison Reed and Manuel Solomon to come on. Harrison Reed, the former Southampton product. Manuel Solomon, who of course on loan from Shakhtar Donetsk via Maccabi Petah Tikva, the Israeli international. For Eriksen, the Dane, formerly of Tottenham and the likes, has been a fantastic signing for United in the middle of the park. Solomon as well had a consecutive streak of scoring in all competitions for Fulham earlier this campaign. It's Harry Wilson on his left foot, or will it be Willian on his right? "25 yards out from goal. They go over the bar!" And it was Harrison Reed who just waffled that over the bar. Sorry, Harry Wilson, my apologies. Now you'll see Manuel Solomon come onto the park. Adam Armstrong has scored Southampton's fourth. Harry Wilson and Kenny Tete look to be subbed off on coming Harrison Reed and Manuel Solomon. And for Manchester United, another double change for them as well. In fact, it's actually Sasha Lukic who's made his way off the park. Interestingly enough, it's Harrison Reed who comes on. And for United, Fred comes off for Christian Eriksen to a rapturous applause from the United fans. In fact, it's a triple change. Anthony Martial has also come on as well for Alejandro Garnacho, and Casemiro has come off for Scott McTominay. Crystal Palace have equalised against Nottingham Forest through Will Hughes as well. Christian Eriksen, the Dane. Anthony Martial, the Frenchman. Scott McTominay, the Scottish midfielder. And well, it was a big signing, but it's certainly one that's paid off so far. As we approach the final quarter of this contest, it's a goal kick for Manchester United. They go out to the left-hand side through Fred. Ericsson looking to get the pass away. It was picked up in possession by Fulham in the midway point of United's half. Now it's Palhinha, who searches left and goes left and finds Willian. Now it's Robinson. Into the centre of the park is Manor Solomon, who's brought to ground and earns his side the free kick. It's Maguire who committed the foul. Diop goes right and finds Adebayo. Long ball over the top down to the right hand side. Fulham looking to drive inside the penalty area. They do so now in this right hand channel. It's Solomon. Now it's Reed. They go back to Tete, who gets a cross in towards the back post. It's Mitrovic. Might he get forward? Doesn't. Solomon just tips it over the bar. In fact, it was Kearney who was involved on that occasion. And the last touch to come off a United player, it will be a corner. Manchester United have the FA Cup final next week against Manchester City at Wembley Stadium. Mitrovic heading it into Kearney, and I think it was McTominay who got a boot in just to bat that clear. It'll be the left foot of Tom Kearney. 7 players for Fulham inside the penalty area. It's towards Adebayo. I think the foul was committed inside of the penalty box against Fulham. United to take the resulting set piece. Jack Harrison pulls a goal back for Leeds United. Not too much to look forward to, however. That goal will be fairly inconsequential, so to speak. De Gea, inside of the box, gets it clear out to the left-hand side into Fulham's half. It's headed back by Adebayo into United's half. It's Maguire who'll have to head it out to this left-hand side of Lindelof. Into the centre circle now. It's headed high by Palhinha. Robinson. Down his left-hand side goes towards Willian. Outside of foot pass finds Robinson, who entered the penalty area looking to roll it across goal, but an excellent sliding challenge did arrive from Diogo Dalot. In fact, I believe last touch did come off Dalot, but in fact it was Robinson who just ricocheted off his leg out for a goal kick. Out to the left-hand side, United go through Malacia. Now it's with De Gea, who gets it long into the centre circle now. Martial back to goal. Rashford seems to have moved down to this left-hand side. Ericsson just across halfway for United. They go back into their own half. Lindelof. Out to the left-hand side is Ericsson. It's Malacia. He's pegged back to Lindelof now. It's Malacia. Faced with fairly a lot of Fulham players. It's out of play. Midway point of United's half. It's Harrison Reed looking to throw it in. Now it's Kenny Tete. Adebayo. Back outside is Leno. That is a draw to the centre for Willian. Now it's back into centre circle. After the right hand side they go through Fulham, crossing past halfway. It's Tete who goes further right. Kearney into the centre now. It's Reed. He goes back across halfway into Adebayo. Adebayo now. On ball over the top, looking for Solomon. But it's now into the centre circle. Out to the left-hand side now with Marcus Rashford driving inside the penalty area. Cutting onto his right foot, getting the shot away. He might find it again, Marcus Rashford! But it's deflected away by Fulham. And they get it into the centre circle for Manchester United to pick up. Now it's with Garrix in the middle of the park with Tomine, who looks out to the right-hand side of Dalot. McTominay. Now it's Fernandez, rolled centrally for Eriksen out to the left-hand side. It's Jadon Sancho, who looks to drive near the byline, cutting back, and now it's Malacia, driving inside the penalty area. On the perimeter is Rashford, looking to break the space. It's Eriksen, and that shot deflected by Fulham, and it's out for a throw-in the midway point of Fulham's defensive half. United to take the throw-in. Two goals in two minutes. It was Cody Gakpo and Diogo Jota. Now that to the left-hand side, it is Lindelof. In United's half, it is McTominay driving into the centre circle. Goes centrally to Martial. He's been bodied down by João Panina. And that'll be a free kick against the Portuguese international. Martial held done by injury this season as well, and has been brought back into this United side recently. 30 league goals for Harry Kane this season as well, has to be said. He's been overshadowed by Erling Haaland's incredible feat this season. It's out to the left-hand side for Malacia, looking to drive into that central area for United in their own half. It's back into the penalty box for De Gea. Out to the left-hand side is Eriksen. In the midway point of United's half. It's now with Malacia. He's rolled square. Lindelof into the centre circle. Now it's Malacia yet again. Goes across halfway into the left-hand side as Rashford. It's picked up in possession by Bruno Fernandes. But Fulham do well to pick it off in the midway point of their half. It's out to the right-hand side. Still haven't crossed halfway quite yet. They have now through Tete. And looking to roll it square, but it's intercepted by Lindelof as Eriksen goes across halfway and finds space for Marcus Rashford, who's got the option of Anthony Martial to his left, rolls it across goal, but it's poked away by Fulham out to the left-hand side for United to take, in line with the penalty box. And I think it was Martial who might have been offside, but nonetheless, it is called for offside. Now it's back inside the penalty box on that left-hand side for Issa Diop. Willian. Planina. He's been picked off by Eriksen. It's Martial looking to roll it across goal. But United, a glorious chance for them to go up 3-1. But they weren't successful, and now Fulham progressing into United's half. It's rolled square towards Willian. It's got space on the left to work with. And he does so, looking to approach the left edge of the penalty box. It's A. Robinson who gets it inside. Might he get forward? It does! It's over the bar from Kearney. Another intense effort on goal from Fulham, but it just flew over the bar, unfortunately for him. And Wout Weghorst is also going to come on for Marcus Rashford, the man on loan from Burnley. In fact, it was De Gea who tipped it over the bar. It's all happening here at Old Trafford. And it's all happening elsewhere as well. Marcus Rashford making way for Wout Weghorst. Scored in the World Cup, of course, the Dutchman. Was on loan at Besiktas as well, before making the switch to Manchester United. 8 goals in the Turkish Super League this season. None in the Premier League, however. It has scored 1 in Europe and 1-2 in the League Cup. It's across halfway in the centre circle for United. Now looking to find space in the area, but it's Leno who has to come out of his box to get it clear into United's half. The tug of the shirt. It was initially on Mitrovic, and Fulham get the free kick just on the edge of the centre circle. Rashford finishes his Premier League season with 17 goals. Stellar effort, all things considering. It's in a central area for Fulham to loft this in. It's Harrison Reed. Looks towards the left-hand side. It's headed back by United out to that left-hand side for Fulham to take. In the midway point of United's defensive half, it's Willian cutting onto his left and onto his right. Out it goes further left. Now it's Reed. Rolls it square to Badabayo. Now it's Robinson, who goes left yet again. I get the cross away into the area. It's headed back by United. And out for a corner on this right-hand side for Fulham to take. Malacia within a bit of a push and shove with Alexander Mitrovic. And a yellow card. Seemingly as well, I think, towards Mitrovic, who just did tumble down on Malacia on the way through. So what will be the outcome here? The outcome of which will be a set piece for United just inside the penalty box, and it's Mitrovic. His yellow card seems to be his final parting gift, or lack thereof, as Carlos Vinicius and Dan James will come on. And Willian, I think, is the man that's... No, in fact, he's been pulled back just a little bit. Carlos Vinicius, of course. The Brazilian international. Tom Cairney is the one to make way for Dan James. Vinicius, formerly of Benfica, had a brief loan spell at Tottenham Hotspur 2 seasons ago. Played the role as a backup striker this season with 5 goals in the Premier League. And Dan James, the Welshman, formerly of Swansea City, currently on loan from Leeds United, who look to be relegated, so he might have to assess his options for next season. It's rolled at the centre circle with Lindelof. As De Gea now finds McTominay on that right hand side. United still inside their half, and McTominay receives again on this right hand channel. Racing forward is the Scotsman. It's picked off well by Fulham as they look to rebuild going forward now. So Badabayo on the perimeter of the penalty area, driving forward into the centre circle now. The former Manchester City product, and it's pushed away by Fernandez on Willian, but no free kick award as United progressed into the attacking half on this right hand side. They go back with Fernandez yet again. It's rolled back into their own half. Now it's with Maguire on this right hand side. They look towards into the central area, but it's picked off again. There's Dan James looking to drive forward down his right-hand channel. In fact, he goes central. He's been bodied down, but effectively by Malacia. It's Willian who finds space on his left-hand side. It's Vinicius who looks to curl it, but it's well saved by David De Gea. But Vinicius was offside in the action. Arsenal will get their 5th as well, and Emile Smith-Rowe, who have provided the assist for Keyball. And Pablo Fornals has also got a goal back for West Ham against Leicester City. Now it's into the centre of the park. It's Ericsson. In transition, United go. They've got space on the left. It's Jadon Sancho on this right edge of the penalty box, cutting onto his right. Jadon Sancho, but it's deflected away by Fulham. Looking to bide their time on this right-hand channel, but it's picked up by Kenny Tete, driving forward. Still inside the half, Fulham go. They look towards the right-hand side, and they find the run of Dan James on this right-hand channel, on this right-hand touchline, should I say. Looking to drive into the penalty area. He knows his ground all too well. It's into the centre. It's Vinicius who looked to chest it down, but it's lashed out to this right-hand side. Harrison Reed across halfway into Fulham's attacking half. Rolls it into the centre circle now with Diop. Adebayo. Lofted ball over the top to the right-hand side. There is Dan James cutting onto his right, getting it into the penalty area. But Vinicius couldn't get the header away. Now it's Robinson looking to get the touch on that left-hand side. Though it's with too much energy, and it's out for a goal kick. Facundo Pellistri will also come on. Has struggled for game time this season. And Bruno Fernandes will make way. Pellistri only 3 appearances in the English Premier League this season. This will be his 4th. The Uruguayan international was signed from Penarol 3 years ago. And has spent the past 2 seasons at Alaves in La Liga. But is still an ever-present fixture in that Uruguayan national team as well. One of United's unsung sort of youngsters that look to break into the first team. Fernandes makes way for the final time in the Premier League this season, and it will be De Gea to take the goal kick. Not the first player to be signed for United from Penarol. It's also Guillermo Varela, who also made 4 appearances for United in the Premier League from 2013 to 2017. All of them coming in 2015-16. He was actually his teammate at the FIFA World Cup in 2022. Now it's out into the right-hand side of Fulham's defence of Tete. Looking to turn past is Vinicius, who breaks the space on his right-hand side. He's got Dan James for support in the middle, but it's picked off again by Harry Maguire. And Fulham looking to press forward on the right-hand side, and they win back possession. Yet again, it's Tete just inside his own half now, looking to get the throw in. Throws it back to Adebayo. And it's into feet for Leno, who just comes out of his box to receive. Now it's Diop. Looking to drive forward across halfway. Out to the left-hand side is Robinson. Looking to drive forward down that left-hand touchline, touching away from his marker of Pellistri. And Fulham look to go back into their half now with Diop. Into the centre circle is Adebayo, playing with a bit of urgency. Now are Fulham. It's Willian who can't find Dan James. It's Ericsson over the top. Now to Weghorst. But it's picked up by Fulham just inside Manchester United's half. It's on the edge of the area. And they get the strike away. It's De Gea, who goes to his left. Mano Solomon with a shot. But United settle in their own half on his right-hand side. Now it's Ericsson. It's Maguire. It gets it clear out to the right-hand side. Still in United half it is. Essentially for McTominay. Looks out to the right-hand side. Pellistri is looking to run forward, but it's Diop who plays it into the feet of Bernd Leno. Looks to go long across halfway. United head back into Fulham's half. It's now into the feet of Pellistri. It's cleared away by Fulham in the centre circle now. It is yet again for McTominay, but he slid in with too much urgency, and it will be a set piece just inside Fulham's half. And Manchester City have also gone down 1-0 to Brentford. Ethan Pinnock has got the goal there. It's out to his left-hand side now. Rolled back into the centre circle is Adebayo. Out to the right-hand side is Tete in the midway point of Fulham's half. It's back with Leno. Out to the left-hand side, Fulham looking to progress it forward down this left-hand channel. It is Robinson. Puts it back into the feet of Ericsson, the midway point of United's half. It's into the outside of the edge of the centre circle for Palhinha. Out to the right-hand side is Tete. 87 minutes gone here at Old Trafford. It's into the feet of Reed. Now it's with Adebayo. Now it's Diop into the centre circle in Fulham's defensive half with Adebayo. It's Reed yet again, and it's Jadon Sancho looking to get a foot in, but it wasn't successful that time. Now it's out to the right hand side of the midway point of Fulham's half. It is Reed. Rolls it back to Adebayo. Willian inside the centre circle, looking to roll it across to Harrison Reed. It's back into Fulham's half. Tete across halfway. Reed. Into the centre circle is Willian. Finds space in the central area, but it's picked off again by Manchester United. Ericsson into the centre circle now is Weghorst. United have numbers forward, but it just deflects away into Fulham's half yet again through Reed. And now it's in the centre for Adebayo, and now Diop to play out to the left-hand side of Robinson. Now we are entering the 90th minute. Tantalising times here at Old Trafford. It's now Adebayo. He goes left to Diop in the midway point of Fulham's half, progressing the ball forward now, cross halfway. Is a Diop going on a run of his own, looking to approach the penalty area. It's rolled square towards Vinicius inside the penalty box. It's Solomon. Now it's Reed. Out to the right hand side is Dan James. Right into the penalty box now. Fulham looking to bide some time. It's Reed into the side. It's backed away by United through a header. And now it's Weghorst. Pelistri driving centrally. United have got all the numbers forwards. It's the Uruguayan out to the left hand side to find Anthony Martial on the edge of the penalty area. Rolls it into the feet of Jadon Sancho. Across goes Wout Weghorst. No, it just drifts wide of the goal. And a debut Premier League goal for Wout Weghorst. Goes begging, and it might be his last opportunity to do so in a Manchester United shirt. But it was excellent transitional attacking football for Manchester United in transition. Couldn't find the finish, however, and United will go in search of a third, and for Fulham they need to get back somehow, some way. We'll see 4 minutes of added time as well, entering the 91st minute now in this contest. Roll back into Fulham's half. It's at the Adebayo. Into the centre circle is Issa Diop. Crosses halfway out to the left-hand side now is Robinson. It's Solomon looking to drive inside. Beat past several players. It's Reed. Now it's picked up by McTominay. United in the midway point of their defensive half. It's Pelistri across halfway, who's been jostled in possession. Very well by Palhinha. And Fulham pick up in their own half. Looping ball over the top. It's Vinicius looking to drive forward, but it's poked away by Victor Lindelof. Out of play on that left-hand side, right next to the corner flag. 10 minutes added time at Goodison Park as well. That's to keep your eye on as well. Goodness gracious, it's going to be a nervy wait for Everton fans. Them and Leicester are tied up in those 17th and 18th spots. A long throw from Robinson into the penalty area. It's headed across by United. Might yet fall for Manuel Solomon on the volley, but it's out of play for a goal kick. 2 minutes left of added time. As we see Sir Alex Ferguson very happy. And Fulham can also be very happy with their season as well. Many did not tip them for safety upon their return to the Premier League, but they've done so diligently well and brought in the necessary players to keep them up. And a 10th place finish is all too easy for them this season as De Gea plays it out into United's attacking half. It's back into United's half through header from Fulham. It's Diop. It's Weghorst back to goal. Now it's Reed across halfway. It's Willian inside his half. It's Solomon looking to break the play. Vinicius looking to find the path of Solomon on that left-hand side. But United looking to win out yet again in their own attacking half. And it's a strong challenge against Pelistri, which probably will be the impetus for the end of United's Premier League season. Look to have secured all 3 points as things currently stand. It's essentially for Harry Maguire inside the centre circle in United's half. It's Malacia who goes back to David De Gea. Looks out toward his left-hand side. It's a strong header from Kenny Tete, who earns inside the free kick. On that right-hand side, about 6 yards inside of his half. This is going to be Fulham's last chance to get a goal in this contest. It'll be Willian to send this long and high. It's high and long to the left-hand side. The strike does come away, attempted from Palhinha, and full time has been called here at Old Trafford. Manchester United finish the season in 3rd place with the 2-1 victory, come from behind against Fulham. The opening goal from Kenny Tete gave them some hope, but at the end of the day, it is Manchester United who finished their season strong, defeating Fulham 2-1 through goals from Jadon Sancho. In the first half, and the second was of course finished on occasion so diligently well for Manchester United as they finish the job effectively by Bruno Fernandes. Bye for now here at Flash Score. It's been a pleasure having your company today and this season as well. We'll see you very, very soon for some more English Premier League action next season. But as for the coming weeks, FIFA Under 20 World Cup, a lot more as well